I normally do videos on Gypsy Rose Manson's narcissism, as you probably know, but her rant on Bree's Live the other night, that, in my opinion, was straight up psychopathy.
Everything that people label me as on this app, my mother was 10 times full, and I should not have to pay for the sins of her fucked up choices in life. That was her. This crazy Blanchard. I'm sorry, she was a fucking con artist, and she was a shit piece of mom. Like, she was not a good mom.
She exhibited 5 narcissistic psychopathic traits in just those 13 seconds. When she says, everything that people label me as on this app, my mom was 10 times worse. That is projection and deflection. Rather than examining why people label her in certain ways or owning her own choices, she deflects. She immediately projects those traits onto her mother times 10. It shifts accountability away from herself. When she says, I shouldn't have to pay for the sins of my mother and her fucked up life choices, that is minimizing her own actions. And that's chilling because she's not acknowledging the severity of her crime, murder. That is a hallmark of psychopathy, the inability to acknowledge consequences or the real life suffering of others. And when she says, she was a con artist, she was a fucking bad mom, and I think she also called her a piece of shit, that is dehumanization. Whether Dee Dee was abusive or not, and I don't think she was, that statement strips her of her humanity and it strips her of having any value. And if portraying the victim as worthless, it justifies killing them. She also, throughout the whole rant, shows a complete lack of remorse and accountability. She doubles down on her justification, and that is a red flag for psychopathy. That rant of hers was so alarming that I did a little bit of research. So I Googled, I asked ChatGPT, and I also did a think harder on Grok, because I wanted to know if there is any other victim of child abuse who had wound up killing their mother or their parent and went on to continue to defame and slander the parent in the way that Gypsy has. And this is what I found. ChatGPT said, the way she publicly frames and speaks about her mother repeatedly is unusually hostile. I found no case where there was abuse, then murder, then media fame, and the public vilification, ranting, controlling the narrative afterward. Gypsy's case is rare, possibly unique in modern publicized cases. Here's what Grok said. No records exist of a child who killed an abusive parent and then publicly trashed them with the same intense profanity-laced anger as Gypsy Rose Blanchard did on TikTok. Calling her mother a fucking con artist and piece of shit mom. In parricide cases, which is murdering a parent, kids often justify the act due to abuse during trials or interviews, but they rarely keep publicly attacking a parent after conviction. She is a monster. I am not going to be doing many more videos on Gypsy for a couple reasons. One is that it just makes me feel icky. She is so dark. She is evil, in my opinion. And it's not good for my soul. And secondly, I'm really, really busy and my time can be better served doing more important things. And by the way, I ran out of fingernail polish remover, so excuse my situation. Anyway, the other thing I'm working really hard on, it's behind the scenes. And I know you've heard me and Becca talk about it. Things are progressing. Now what we're doing is, you have to be patient. This could be a 2-year process, but things are in motion. We're putting things together. We have interest. I was just in Los Angeles earlier this week, and I met with my friend from Dateline, and I'll just say that my friend said they would be shocked if someone didn't pick this up. Now, of course, it's possible nothing may ever come from this, but this is a long process. And we're trying. But some really interesting things are coming together. Let me know what you think about Gypsy's rant, because, oh my God,